This is Under Review, the show that talks about Colorado sports with a sprinkling of national sports stories as well. I'm Jordan Long. The Denver Broncos face the New York Jets this Sunday, looking to improve on their 1-3 record. The Broncos made a move they feel is going to make the team better moving forward, cutting Randy Gregory. The Broncos thought they had a great defensive player when they signed Gregory during the 2022 offseason, and it was a surprise he was even a free agent. Gregory had a chance to stay with Dallas. The Cowboys agreed to a contract with him, but the problem was Dallas insisted on inserting language protecting the franchise into Gregory's contract. What the language was, I have no idea, but Gregory didn't like it and moved on from Dallas. He was a free agent. The Broncos agreed to a 5-year, $70 million contract. So it's 5 years, $70 million throughout the life of the contract. Denver anticipated he would help the pass rush. In Dallas, he was key to their pass rush, especially blitzing and getting pressure on the quarterback and stopping the running game of the opponents. Gregory totaled 16.5 sacks, 85 tackles, and of those tackles, 19 were for a loss. So 85 tackles is great, 16.5 sacks is great, but 19 tackles for a loss is really great. Gregory also hit the quarterback 52 times, so it looked like Denver was saying, okay, we need help with our pass rush, and Gregory will be a big part of that. It seemed like a great match since Denver had one of the better defenses in the AFC, plus Gregory would help pressure the quarterbacks. Even if he didn't sack the quarterback, it would force the quarterback to either hold on to it or throw it sooner than he wanted to, which could be incompletions or even sacks, especially if he held on to it, if the quarterback held on to it, or fumbles, as well as interceptions and incompletions. Well, it didn't work out in the Mile High City. Gregory didn't really appear in many games last season with 5 games, and it showed what he could do last year for the Denver Broncos. He was able to pressure the quarterback in those 5 games and tackle a player in the open field. Gregory had 12 tackles, 2 sacks, and 7 quarterback hits. Okay, his numbers weren't awful, but Denver expected bigger things, especially with a new head coach in Sean Payton. This season in 4 games, Gregory isn't playing up to his contract expectations with 1 sack, 9 tackles, and 2 quarterback hits. I understand it isn't all his fault, and a lot of the blame can go to Vance Joseph since the Broncos as a team only have 8 sacks in total. If you look at Vance Joseph, he is not bringing the pressure of blitzing, and I don't understand why. So really, Vance Joseph is the reason why Randy Gregory didn't work out this season. But in the end, though, if you look at him as a total, Randy Gregory didn't do enough in the Mile High City, and the Broncos decided to cut him. They want to see more of a young player, Nick Bonito, who is in his 2nd year. So far this year, Bonito had 3.5 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, and pressuring the quarterback with 5 quarterback hits. It just showed Gregory wasn't needed in Denver. With the move, the Broncos now have $16.1 million in dead cap space for this year and no guaranteed money after that. It's only $16.1 million in dead cap space this year and no guaranteed money after that, which I like. So it's only this year. Denver is anticipating letting Gregory go is a move that will help them become a winning team this year moving forward. Also, with the Broncos cutting Gregory, it's another reason why General Manager George Payton seems only getting hotter. Payton thought Gregory would work out and gave him a large contract. It didn't. It seems like George Payton does this a lot because he's not great when it comes to personnel moves. More moves like this, and Payton could be looking for a new job, especially if the Broncos fail to earn a playoff spot. Moving on to the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche start their season on Wednesday when they face the LA Kings on the road. Their first home game is on October 19th, hosting the Chicago Blackhawks. Going back to last year, the Avalanche were impressive since they were missing their captain, Gabe Landeskog. Even so, the Avalanche won the Central Division with a record of 51 wins, 24 losses, and 7 overtime losses for a total of 109 points. Colorado faced Seattle in the first round, and they were beaten in 7 games. In the 7-game series, this is where momentum, I think, shifted in that series. It's because Valeri Nichushkin left the series following Game 2. He was scratched in Game 3. We really don't know why Valeri Nichushkin left. But in the end, that may have been the turning point in the series. It just seemed when he left the series, a void was missing on the offense for Colorado. Back to this year. The Avalanche know to be a playoff team, they need to have strong goaltending. And guess what? They do. Alexander Georgiev is their starting goaltender, and he played well last year. His record was 40 wins, 16 losses, and 6 overtime losses. His goals against average was 2.53 and a save percentage of .919. Alexander Georgiev is the starting goaltender once again. He knows the Avalanche will play great defense in front of him, and they will have the offense to carry him. So what I mean by that is they'll score goals to get the lead for Alexander Georgiev, and the defense will play well in front of him. Plus, the Avalanche trust Georgiev to save the puck from going into the net. In the preseason, just throw these numbers out because Georgiev went 1-1 with a goals against average of 3.06, and his save percentage was .873. Again, throw them away, those numbers that I just said, because he went 1-1 with a goals against average of 3.06 in the preseason with a save percentage of .873. Throw those away because those are preseason games, and a lot of these preseason games, the whole team wasn't playing. It was just a few star players plus other skaters trying to make the team. The Avalanche should be great with Alexander Georgiev in net. Offensively, if you look at last year, scoring wasn't an issue in the regular season for Colorado. They averaged 3.34 goals per game, 11th in the NHL. Their power play was outstanding, scoring on 24.5% of their opportunities. When it came to defense, they didn't allow many goals, the 9th least in the NHL in terms of goals per game. They permitted 2.72 goals per game. Now their power play kill, and this is where I need to see improvement. Teams kept the puck in the Colorado's defensive zone and scored on it. Colorado killed off 79% of their penalties. In the playoff series to Seattle, Colorado couldn't find their scoring touch, averaging 2.71 goals per game. Give Seattle credit in the first round. They didn't allow Colorado to set up, and they had great defense, which limited Colorado's chances. On the power play, though, Colorado couldn't get it going, scoring on 11.1% of their chances in that series against Seattle in 7 games. Again, Seattle played well and didn't let Colorado set it up. On defense, Colorado played well in the 7-game series, limiting Seattle to 2.57 goals per game in the 7-game series. On the power play kill, and this is what I need to see in the regular season this year, but Seattle couldn't get a lot of scoring chances on their power play, as Colorado's power play kill was at 85.7% of the penalties they took, and they killed them off. So that's great. If you're looking at killing off 85.7% of the penalties they took against Seattle. Seattle was still able to beat Colorado in the first round in 7 games. Looking at this year, again, the Avalanche will be without Gabe Landeskog, who had his 3rd knee surgery in 15 months. Now, it is possible he may be back for the playoffs, but that is a big maybe. Still, though, Colorado knows they will be able to score because they have Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Arturi Lehkonen, and Valeri Nichushkin. And they also added Ryan Johansson to help with the second line. Besides them, the Avalanche need the 3rd and 4th lines to score to be successful this season. Secondary scoring is always a big key in the NHL. Yes, you can have a great 1st and 2nd line, but secondary scoring is key to your success. The Avalanche need Andrew Cogliano, Logan O'Connor, or as we call him, LOC, and Thomas Tatar to score goals as well. That will be key for Colorado's success. You need secondary scoring from someone other than forwards Nathan MacKinnon, McKinnon, I should say. So you need secondary scoring from someone other than forwards Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, Tori Lehkonen, and Ryan Johansson, and Valerie Nichushkin. Colorado also has defensemen who can score as well, and this is also a big key to their success this year. This includes Devon Taves, Cale Makar, Bowen Byram, and Josh Manson. All these defensemen can score from the blue line. All of them can fire the puck on net from the blue line, which will help the Avalanche be an even more dangerous team. Defensively, though, the area that they need to clean up is power play kill. When they have the chance to shoot the puck to the other end, do so. They can't let teams set it up and spend time in their defensive zone. If they do, those will be goals. If you look at it, though, Colorado is in great shape. They are in great shape to make it back to the playoffs for the 7th year in a row. I expect Colorado to be a playoff team, and I want them to go far. The goal is to win the Stanley Cup. They have the team to do so. The question is, can they do it? I would love to see a 4th Stanley Cup for the Colorado Avalanche, but we will have to wait and see. Colorado looks for a more successful season, which would end up with them being Stanley Cup champions. How great would that be to see the Avalanche live Lord Stanley's Cup? But there's still a long ways to go, but I expect them to be a playoff team this season. On to my NFL picks of the week. Last week I went 3-2. We'll start with the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore is a 4-point favorite. I'm going Baltimore to win this game. Eagles versus Rams. The Philadelphia Eagles are a 4-point favorite, and they win as they stay undefeated. Cowboys versus 49ers. San Francisco is a 4-point favorite. I think this will be a close game as the 49ers edge out the Cowboys. The Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are a 1-point favorite, but I'm going with the Tennessee Titans. Houston Texans versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta is a 1.5-point favorite, but I'm going with Houston. My picks again. Ravens versus Steelers, Baltimore Ravens. Eagles versus Rams, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys versus 49ers, San Francisco. Titans versus Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. Texans versus Falcons, give me the Houston Texans. I'm Jordan Long. Follow me on Twitter at SportsScoop1. Read my blog that I write Mondays through Thursdays at sports-scoop.com. Thank you for watching this edition of Under Review. Have a great day and week, and I will catch you next time. Again, this is Jordan Long for Under Review.